What's good, kiddos? We got a bunch of new Xbox news to talk about today. In fact, they actually announced the new generation of Xbox last night at the Game Awards, so we are ushering in a new era of video games. It is pretty exciting, I gotta say. So we're gonna go over all the Xbox news and more on another episode of the shit you care about. So as we all know, Xbox has been kind of talking about or hinting at them releasing a new console for a while now. They actually announced this at last E3. They called it Project Scarlett. And now we have the official name, which is the Xbox Series X, which is a pretty silly name. It is getting memed on the internet pretty hard right now for good reason. I understand that they're kind of going for like a naming scheme here, which does indicate that we're probably going to end up getting a diskless or a less powerful version of this new Xbox. That being said, it's just confusing. I mean, imagine a grandma walking into Best Buy and being like, give me the newest Xbox for my son. And they're gonna be like, oh, do you want the Xbox Series X, the Xbox X2 Series 5? I know I'm being a little ridiculous, but it does get a little bit complicated, and I just don't think it's a very good name. Especially when you think about PS5. That's it. They're probably just gonna call it the PS5. I know we don't have official news on that yet, but it's just needlessly complicated. Anyway, moving on, the console looks really cool actually. It's kind of got this green glowy top, and it stands up straight like a monolith or like a tower almost on your entertainment center, I guess. I think it looks pretty cool actually. It looks almost like the Mac Pro that they had a couple years back that was that cylinder shape. Anyway, I really like the shape of it. I'm really hoping that PlayStation ends up kind of going with a neat, weird thing like this too. It looks really slick. There's not a whole lot going on the front there, just the Xbox power on button and a slot for discs. That's just about it. They're trying to keep it really sleek and simple. Apparently it has one big fan in it that kind of pushes air right up the top. And like I mentioned earlier, of course they have to throw RGBs up in there somewhere, and it looks like the top of it glows green. Maybe that was just for the ad, I'm not positive. I would imagine they wouldn't show that off without it being a real thing. Phil Spencer did say that it can be put on its side. Apparently that's how he does it at his house, so don't worry for all of you that don't like the look of it standing up, you can put it down. And going back to the fan really quick, apparently it runs super duper quiet, which is nice to hear since like the PS4 and the Xbox One are kind of notorious for being loud, or at least used to be. The newer redesigns aren't too bad actually. That being said though, this is a slick as fuck console. Damn. I love the look of it. I think it's super cool. They're definitely just packing a bunch of hardware in here too. It's gonna be super powerful. They're using advanced SSD technology like the PS5 is. Apparently they're using little NVMEs, which are pretty much these little chips that you plug straight into the motherboard and they act as a hard drive. It's just memory, so it's all very, very fast. Sounds like they're going for that zero loading screen kind of seamless experience that PlayStation is also going for. We don't have a lot of information on the actual hardware in these yet, but it seems like they're packing a lot of power into these consoles. The little GameStop video I watched after the Xbox reveal didn't get to go too much into that because apparently the guy Peter Brown didn't get to actually use the controller, so he was just showing off an Xbox One controller and kind of what the differences were. The big thing is that they're adding a share button right on the front there. I do think it's getting a little bit congested on the front of the controller there with 3 buttons packed into the middle, but I do understand the want for a share button, especially with Twitch and streaming and all that stuff being so popular nowadays. Apparently the controller is going to be slightly smaller as well. They've shaved off some areas and have slightly reduced how big it is, which I think is really good. I've always thought the Xbox One controller is way too fat and big. And apparently they're using something called dynamic latency input, which sounds like a bunch of marketing bullshit, but apparently it reduces the latency between button presses and what's happening on screen to kind of once again give you more of a seamless experience. They like to use that word a lot when they're talking about the new Xbox. That's about all that they said for the new Xbox. I'd imagine really soon we're gonna get like a hardware dump and like, you know, maybe what the UI is gonna look like on the Xbox and a lot kind of more digging into the fine details. And I would imagine we're gonna get that probably beginning of next year. Come springtime, they're definitely gonna, you know, shovel out some more information to us. And I will absolutely have that for you up on the channel, of course. But that's about all the information we have for the Xbox Series X. Pretty cool looking device, I gotta say. Name is ridiculous, and we don't have a lot more information, at least as of right now, regarding hardware and stuff like that. I'm gonna go ahead and go over the games and all that stuff in the Game Awards video, because there's a lot of game announcements and trailers and world premieres, as they said. But yeah, that's about all I have to say about the new Xbox Series X. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please remember to hit the subscribe button if you like what I do here. It really does help me make more of these videos for you guys. And that's about it. Have a kick-ass week.